What's up, y'all? What you guys say? Who's on the phone with Ed, Lisa, Andre? What's up, everybody? It's Steve the Hurricane here, and for today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we're going to be wrapping up the four-part series on getting referrals. Cheers. A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business. As you can tell, I'm having fun. I missed talking about referrals with you. 4 weeks straight, getting referrals. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about. It's everything I go over in the Hurricane University program we train our clients on. And I'm very excited to be wrapping up with this particular part right here. This is straight from Advanced Training Lesson 2, where I teach people how to do this. But the most important thing when it comes to referral source development for long-term sustained referrals, meaning I've already gotten in the account, I've already done a lunch on it, they've already referred me here and there. How do I maintain this relationship so that I can continue to get referrals forever? And it comes from blanketing accounts. Blanketing accounts, write that down. The reason why blanketing accounts is so important is because, especially in this day and age where people are constantly changing jobs, people are getting fired, people are getting laid off, people are not happy, people want to retire, people get pregnant, go out maternity leave, people relocate across the country when their spouse gets promoted or something happens. People literally die, right? I have had this happen to me where I've had referral sources, people who work at the places where I've gone for businesses way back 2007 and 8. Person that comes to mind, it's not the only one, but the first person that comes to mind was Joy, one of my favorite individuals that I used to see. She was a front desk receptionist at one of my favorite referral sources. And she had cancer and she died in 2007 after 2 years of me coming to that referral source. And how do you overcome all of the above that I just said in a referral source? It's by blanketing the account. You know, I learned the hard way many, many years ago, way back 2006. I learned the hard way. I did all this work to get into a referral source. I finally got in front of a social worker. I finally started getting business from that social worker. 3 months goes by. She's referred me pretty much a referral every week for like 10, 12 weeks straight. And then, out of the blue, fired. I don't know what she did, but she was fired. And I never saw that social worker again. And I was in all the accounts in the area. So I don't, from my guess, she probably relocated and went somewhere else around the country. Or if she stayed in the area, because she was already on the outskirts of my territory, she relocated to a position at a company that was outside of my service area. And I never saw that social worker again. And I was so heartbroken because it took me months to get into that account. And then I kept seeing that one social worker and just picking up those referrals. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. And then as soon as she left, every referral went with her. And then it took me almost 2 years to get back into that account, to get in tight with the new social worker before I started getting the same kind of referrals again. That sucked. Okay, that blows. And I say it like that because it does. And I know you laughed when I said it because I don't normally say that kind of thing in A Drink with the Hurricane, but I had to say it because it's the truth. I'm here teaching this to you because I learned the hard way. That's when I realized the importance of blanketing an account. Now, what is blanketing an account? Blanketing an account is when you have a relationship that you've developed or you're developing with every single key contact in a referral source. This is how you can guarantee long-term referrals forever for as long as you're going there to get business, because you know every single key contact in there. So This isn't just about the social worker. This isn't just about the administrator, but this is also about the director of nursing, director of therapy, and all of the therapists. This is about the activities director. This is about the admissions director. This is about the billing person. This is about the maintenance director. This is about the director of hospitality and housekeeping. This is about concierge. This is about front desk receptionist. This is about every single person who works at that referral source. Every time you step foot in there, you have to see every single one of those key contacts. This is how one of my favorite things to happen to my clients, and it used to happen to me, is when I would go to a referral source, I could literally spend 2 hours there having a 5 to 10 minute conversation with 15 different people in the referral source. That is properly blanketing the account. Now, is that a lot of time? Of course it is. But that time that I spend once, twice, once a week, every other week in a month. So say I spend 5 hours at a referral source, but those 5 hours produce 5 referrals, and we sign on and start 3 new clients from those 5 referrals. And those 3 new clients, my average client back in the day generated almost $30,000, $28,800 per client was my average client lifetime financial value that they spent with us during that time. That's $90,000 from 5-6 hours worth of time every week spent over the course of a month. Totally worth that time. Why do I blanket? Why do I spend all this time? Why do I want you to spend all this time getting to know all these people? It's real easy. Even though the social worker discharge planner is the one who makes the referrals, even though the administrator is the one who holds her accountable for making the referrals, God forbid one of them leaves and they go somewhere else that you don't see, like it happened with me with my social worker way back in 2007, right? When you blanket the account and you have a relationship with every single key contact, and then the referring person leaves or somebody else leaves, a new person comes in, but everybody else in that building says, this is our home care company. Steve is the person that we work with for home care. The new person coming in, guess what they're going to do? They're going to refer the company that everybody else is telling them to work with. That's why blanketing the account is so important. This is why and each key contact, you got to talk different things with, but get to know them. Get to know them. You know, it was my favorite part. I would love, and it made my job so much easier. I would drive to 20 places every week, 20, 25 places. But I would talk to 4 or 5 people in every single one of those places, spend an hour in every one of those places, and then I'd get my referrals. And I'd see 10, 12 patients every week, and I would sign on 10, 11 of them for services, and we'd start the care. And that's how we skyrocketed and grew our business. Blanketing the account is the most important piece in long-term referral source development. And when you do that, it gives your company the longevity that you want and the referrals that you're after. So this year, 2021, I want you to make this your best year yet. COVID-19 is behind us. All right. Vaccines are being given out, and it's only a matter of time before you can openly go into an account and blanket an account again. But if your business is hurting, if your business isn't where you want it to be, click the link below. Give us a call. Sign up for Hurricane University or our coaching programs or something else. Get certified. Become a certified marketing professional, right? Dominate your marketplace. Make 2021 your best year yet. Let us help you blow away the competition.